Wieso kann ich diese Einführung nicht machen? Okay. Hello and welcome to our channel. My name is Denis.
And I'm Nicole.
And we're Twin Flames in Union and certified Ascenscion coaches with Twin Flames Universe. And today we want to talk about how twin flames complement each other. So yeah, how do twin flames complement each other?
Well, I have to think about a thing what happened today, and you were searching for a planner on the internet, and you were kind of like, I don't know, which one should I take? And I was like, do you know a bullet journal? And you were kind of like, no, I don't know about a bullet journal. And I was like, yeah, you're very creative and very artsy, so you would like to explore if this is something for you. And yeah, you'll love it. And I had one at home, and I gave it to you. And yeah, that's a tiny little thing how twin flames complement each other, because someone always has the missing piece in a way. And it's not that twin flames are a carbon copy, they don't do the same, but they're making the same core choices. And yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like, like what comes up for me with that is that, like, without your twin flame, you're kind of like walking on one leg. And like when you find your twin flame and you live in union, it's like now you're like walking on two legs. Like that's how I feel a lot of the times. Like I always tell you this. I'm always like, I have no idea how I managed to live without you. Like how did I survive for 23 years? Like how did I do it? How did I survive? Because your twin flame just like brings in so many like twin flame just brings in so many qualities, skills that you don't have. Like every individual twin flame in a union brings different skills and different qualities with them into the union that are perfectly complementary. But yeah, it's really Jeff and Shah always say, like our spiritual teachers, gurus, Jeff and Shalia, they always say that like twin flames don't, like your twin flame doesn't, like complement doesn't mean that like your twin flame makes you happy. It means that they make you more than who you are on your own, more in expression, more in love, more on who you are. It's like your twin flame is like your other half in a sense, which like doesn't mean that you're not like whole in yourself, that you're lacking something, but it's like you were created as one being, and like it's kind of like having a right and a left leg. Like that's how twin flames function. Like your right leg is whole in itself and your left leg is whole in itself, but if you want to walk, you need preferably both legs, because then you're like way more effective in walking. And another example that Jeff and Sheila always give, it's like the twin flames are like two wings to a bird. Like if you you imagine like a bird, like with one wing you can kind of like flap around and be like do 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 do, but then like how is Jeff always, when you're two, how do I
how does your twin flame complement you? Like this?
Is it? Yeah, but Jeff always does it differently. He does it like... No, I don't know how Jeff does it. He does it differently. I have no idea. But basically, yeah, let's...
Like this?
Maybe. Let's go. Maybe. Anyway, doesn't matter. But like, yeah, with your twin flame, you have two wings and you can do. Whereas on your own, you're just like... Ooh, I can't fly. Ooh. So yeah, that's basically the I guess the dynamic of like how like spiritual twin flames like work together and are created together, and yeah, it's, you know, like one thing that I is coming up for me too is like there's a blog article from Jeff and Julie on the twinflamesuniverse.com website. I don't remember the title, but we can link that in the box under the video. And they talk about how like when you to like come into union with your twin flame and into harmonious union, it kind of requires for you to surrender or give up you being an individual being as just you being you, and to realize that you are both your twin flame and you, that you are like a two-person being, and that when you do that, like you're able to tap into the whole power of your union, because together, like, you know, with twin flames, it's like 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, but it equals like 11. Like it's way more potent and powerful when twin flames come together. It's not just like, okay, I'm going to bring my things in and you bring your things in, but like the mix of these two things together create like basically like a superpower. And yeah, that's also why when you know, with your twin flame, your life moves forward a lot quicker. Like everything that you endeavor to do or create or, you know, desire, you way quicker when it comes to healing through whatever prevents you from having that. And yeah, when you heal through your upsets and do your spiritual work, and when you manifest the life that you desire. Like, I know since we've come together, it's like every time when we think back about the last 9 months since we've been together, it's kind of like crazy how much like has changed and how much we've achieved in like this short period of time. Like we've come together, we've manifested a new apartment, we've manifested new jobs, we've, you know, kind of
the same workplace even.
At the same workplace even. We've kind of created, like we have a kid that from Nicole's side came into the union. And yeah, we've been basically creating a family unit. Like we've really healed a lot when it comes to family, and like we've been, you know, putting our life purpose together, combining our finances, like bringing all of these different aspects of our lives together, and it's just been going really, really fast. But it's like, you know, in comparison to how my life was before I was with you, like things would still move forward. It's not like when you're with your twin flame, like you're like a fish on land and you know, nothing's happening, but like you are moving forward, but your twin flame just like makes everything, like increases the potency and the pace of everything.
I want to dive into how your twin flame complements you when it comes down to life purpose. And as I mentioned before, Denis is very artsy and very creative, and he puts a lot of love on the website, and he's really spending hours on thinking and loving it up, which colors and which frame and which
Font?
Twin flame moment. He's putting a lot of work in that, and I'm very structured and organized and analytic when it comes down to what's the next steps we need to move forward. So I have sometimes the overall view of what things have to be done. And it does not mean that Denis is not disciplined and not structured and all of this kind of stuff, but you have it in another way when it comes down to household. And you are disciplining me when I'm kind of like, don't want to say messy, but not give so much energy into that. And your twin flame will also help you balance the energies out, because when it sometimes come to, okay, I cultivated a lot of work and discipline and structuring and organization into that area of my life, and your twin flame did that in another way, and that's how you complement each other as well.
Yeah, and I think, overall it's like this whole thing of like you complement each other in like how, I guess you can say like how your mind works. Like, for lack of a better like description, like how like you function and how like your mind functions, how you approach things. Like we absolutely do not approach things in the same way.
Yeah.
We approach them very differently. And that's like it's perfect because like when we go about a project, like like you look at the things, or like pay attention to the things that I don't even that are not even like on my radar like at all, and I pay attention to the other things that like you're not focusing on, and we just like approach it from like kind of different angles, but like then together that like perfectly complements each other, and it makes it like whatever we're creating come together way quicker. Like even I guess like a good example would be how we go about like making videos. Like you're kind of the person being okay, let's make a video, and kind of like okay, let's do it, I'm coming along, and then you most of the times you have the, I mean, I have ideas too, but like most of the times you kind of like have the initiative, like idea or like inspiration, and I mean that's kind of, we're still exploring that, I guess we could say, but then like we do the video, you're like kind of you're managing us, you're like okay, today we're sitting down, we're making 2 videos every Monday, we're making 2 videos, and we get them out during the week. And then like okay, good, we're doing that, I follow your lead, I trust you, you manage me. And then once we have the video, I like sit down, I create a thumbnail, I upload it, and post it on social media. And like from like we and it that's kind of like what just comes naturally to us. Like I naturally would never be like, I mean sometimes when I'm inspired I would be okay, let's do this or that, but it's just overall this whole, like I don't have this managing energy. That's not something that comes naturally to me. I have this like I want to create, but like I need someone to give me that like managing environment where like I get told like okay, we're doing this and this and this, and then I can kind of come in and create. And you in a way you give me that space, the foundation for me to come in and like create and all of that. But like with videos we're like both creating in a way, you could say. I mean we are, but just generally that's kind of how I see it, how it feels.
And when you're with your twin flame, the things you really like to do comes natural on the surface. It's like, okay, I feel good at doing this or that. You don't have to do something what's not really naturally for you, and that's so relieving and relaxing when you know, okay, you have a partner who you can trust and lean on when it comes down to, okay, this is my part and it feels good to do my part, and this is your part. You don't have to be or do both things. And you said something before about doing both things. Maybe you have something.
Also excuse us if the screen is shaking. It just got really windy out of nowhere, and our phone stand is shaking a bit.
Maybe that's a sign.
Okay. But what you mentioned, I think it stopped. Okay, the wind went away out of nowhere again. Really weird weather today. It's the spirit of nature talking to us. But what you mentioned,
you don't have to be both.
Yes, you don't have to be both. is like at the beginning, in the beginning when we came together, and like I started to notice how like you are and how you approach life and how you do things and how you just like function. I felt that I had to, there was something wrong with me because I wasn't like you, and that I had to do things the same way as you. And that like, okay, because I'm not as good in managing things as you, like I need to, I don't know, work on that and develop that skill too and whatnot. And over time I just kind of came to realize that like, oh no, I can just like let you do that because you like doing it, you love doing it, and you're naturally good at it and it comes natural to you. And I can relax into just doing the things that come naturally to me and I like doing, and we don't have to do the same things. It's like Jeff and Shelia always talk about, like they have this image that they always use, that like your twin flame union is like a garden, and you're not tending to the same plants or bushes or trees at the same time, because that's not the most effective way to go about it. So while you tend to the apple trees, your twin flames over there tending to the strawberries or whatever. And that's like, way more effective than if both of you were focusing on the same thing. So that's kind of how it's your new union, like you're both, tending to your part of the garden. And I think, that's what I realized over time, that it's okay that I take care of my part and I don't have to do your part because you're already doing that. And I also don't have to do both parts, because when I try to do both parts, I can't, like it just ends up, I guess kind of like I don't end up doing any of them really well, because I'm trying to do something that doesn't come natural to me and I don't enjoy doing, and then I have less energy to invest into the things that I do enjoy doing and like doing. So it's like
relieving for me.
Yep, absolutely.
What I also want to say is that when you're with a karmic or a soulmate, you always have the feeling of sacrificing yourself or to compromise, and that's what's not happening when you're with your twin flame. But what it could be when you feel that you give kind of like more than your twin flame, or that you invest more in some areas than your twin flame, is about working on support. And that you may have not claimed your support in the past, and that you may have experienced doing things alone, and I healed that, or I still do. I had this pattern of having to be both and doing everything on my own and alone, and I
feel like everyone actually has that when they're not with their twin flame in their own way.
Yeah, of course.
But please continue speaking.
And when you're in union with your twin flame, you release old patterns of doing things alone and let it be a process. That's okay. It's okay to let it be naturally and easily in relaxing that you have a partner, and in truth you're doing it with God. So even when you're not in union yet, always cultivate your relationship with God and know that you have God in everything you do. When it comes down to parent your kid or household, always invite God in this space so that you get a sense of how it's like to release loneliness in a way.
I feel complete.
Yeah.
You too? Okay. Well,
so thank you everyone for watching. When you need support on your twin flame journey, we would love to assist you, and we will link our website down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content, and see you next time. Bye bye.
bye.